First of all, my background, my first language is English. My second language is Spanish. My third language is Chinese. So it's very different. I was raised in Central America in Panama. My father was a diplomat, so that's why I stay in different countries. When I was in Panama, I decided to get away from my parents because whenever you go anywhere, people say, "Oh, you're such and such person's son," so you can get a career out for yourself because everybody treat you like your son or somebody else, somebody they respect. Make it very, very difficult. So I came to Cleveland, particularly speaking here because I was born here, and I wanted to know what to do and how to live by myself. We've only had $50 a month back then, 85. That's all I had a month to spend, and that's how I survived. Having sleep on the floor, have my computer. I was a computer geek, typical stereotype Chinese, right? So, on the carpet, sitting there, typing computer, going through internet. Yes, I hacked into internet back then too. So yeah, that was what I do. Well, younger. And I realized that I needed a support system. And quite interesting now, Cleveland has become a very, very supportive system for me in the sense of I joined the Cleveland Chinese Christian Church over there in the Highland Road, Cleveland Richmond Heights.
Richmond Heights.
Yes. And so they welcomed me in, and they supported me throughout the whole years and got me where I am right now in the sense of without them and the support I have from them, I probably have moved somewhere else and not going to stay here. So Cleveland has become really my heart, my hometown.
Well, you're presenting me with a challenge as to which direction to go right now, because I could jump into the why Cleveland, or I could jump into some. I think I want to jump into the stereotype issue. Let's get into this question right off the bat. Even just the term Asian is not fully inclusive.
Right.
A basic Google search will tell you that Asia is a landmass that covers 17 million square miles and is home to over 4 billion people. That's a staggering number. I can't even imagine 4 billion as a number. So I ask you, what labels, names, stereotypes do you find harmful, which do you find useful, and why?
Starting with me.
Let's start with you, John.
Okay, so the word Asian is a very vague word to use in identifying a person, especially right now in this political campaign that we're going through right now, where every political candidate is trying to use something about Asia country, China, Philippines, Vietnam, against each other so they can get more votes. And they have made it a little bit difficult for Asian Americans in Cleveland or any other part of the United States to make a living or to be able to sustain. From my understanding of Asian is anybody who have within the Asian major of the continent. So yes, there's Russians are Asians, Lebanese are Asians, and so on and so on. And so it's hard to say, even though I had a lot of people tell me that they didn't know that Indians are Asians. Like Hashem is not Asian in their perspective. So that's something that is becoming very, very difficult to explain, because now we are in a world where, especially this year, where the political is so difficult in the sense of competing against each other, and campaigning is making the word more vague than we need to be. The most important thing about it is when you see an Asian face, you identify them as a person from Asia. But when you see a Russian face, you didn't know that this person is also from Asia. So what's the difference there? Nothing besides our facial look. Now, if I call you on the phone and I don't tell you who I am, you probably think I'm a Hispanic because I speak very, very fast, and there is the Hispanic part of my blood coming in. A lot of people think that my accent is very, very different. In fact, in my community, the Chinese community, they think my Chinese is very, very off in the Western culture assimilated. And when I speak English, I have my accent that you think is Chinese accent. However, maybe Marie, you probably think it's a Hispanic accent, right? Yes. So yes. So see, that's a big difference. So the word can hurt if you don't understand the background of it. in the overall, we need to understand, if you identify a person as Asian, try to understand, maybe we should call ourselves Americans instead of Asian, because the less we identify ourselves Asian Americans, the better for us to be to stand out, not as a minority, but as a group of people.